Happy New Year, guys. So in this video, I want to show you all about my community. I'm going to try and convince you to join, but even if you don't, I want you guys to take away this next message. Now, I think what I've created within this course and community is really the next level of jazz guitar education. And I mean it in this way. If we think of music education version 1 as a private teacher, right? For years and years, it's very expensive and you go to them personally, usually only accessible to those that have the means. And then the internet comes along and we get what I call music education 2.0. And this is where a lot of that information can be found online, such as this YouTube video. You can access all of this information now for free. What's lacking though is the combination of these two versions. And that's what I think I've created within this community based on the feedback I'm getting from the current students. This is what I call Music Education 3.0, where you have the personal interaction and feedback from a teacher, me personally, and you also get the benefits of online, benefits of seeing and collaborating with other peers, accessing a ton of course material asynchronously, and that sort of asynchronous feedback as well, where you can upload videos and get my responses to make faster progress instead of waiting week to week. So there's a lot going on here. The membership to Chase's Guitar Community only has 25 members. 3 members have already taken the first couple spots, so 22 spots left. And I like to keep it to that 25 so that when the new 25 come in, they can get used to it. Older members can help them out, introduce them, and it doesn't get overwhelming. So we can really keep the quality there. In the next part of this video, I'm going to really break down everything about what this community is, what the courses are, the programs, how it's going to benefit you, and as well as the cost to it and everything associated with that. So keep watching and check that out. And then at the end, in the description, you can click the link to see more details, see some testimonials from some of my students and what they've thought and what they've gotten out of this so far. And I hope I see you inside. So in this video, I want to show you all about Chase's Guitar Community. We're going to get into a lot of detail here and I'll break down everything for you. So Chase's Guitar Community is a curriculum and a community, and it focuses exclusively on learning the skills necessary to play jazz guitar confidently. So we are going to take a very structured approach to learning jazz guitar. This is not like watching a bunch of random YouTube videos, as much as I love watching videos on YouTube. This is a curriculum that I've been working with students for the last about 2 months, since the end of October. And we've really been testing this out, this is the curriculum with the beta group, and now it's ready to launch publicly. And we've had great results. I'm going to show you guys what some of these people are saying and the results they've gotten. But this curriculum really works. I'll get into detail about what it is specifically. Each week, there are specific action items, and you can think about it as actions to take so that I can provide feedback to you and the rest of the community can provide feedback to you. So you're not just left to, your own devices to practice aimlessly. I'm going to tell you exactly what to practice each week, and it builds on the previous week's lessons. So as we go through the weeks and months and years even, everything flows. By doing those action items and posting them within the community, that allows myself and the other members to give you actual feedback and accountability almost immediately. So people are in this community daily, and it's not like a normal private lesson where you may have to wait weeks or whenever your next lesson is to get feedback on what you're doing. You can get that direct feedback. It's also very motivating, and people have been saying that they've really been enjoying how much they've been excited to post and practice because they're looking forward to that feedback and motivation. So talking about those members, these people in this community are like-minded peers. We have guys that are more beginner and guys that are pretty advanced, and they're all around the world. These are members from California, Mexico, Texas, East Coast, New York, France, Netherlands, Norway, all around the world. And it's really cool seeing everyone get together, even in the live coaching calls. So I run the live coaching calls. Each week we will have an hour plus live coaching where I have a prepared lesson. We go into it. You guys can ask questions. At the end, we really have a great time within those live coaching calls, and make sure that all of the material that you're getting is answered. Now, there's more than just those live coaching calls, but that is the big reason to join, is if you want to get this kind of structured curriculum that I don't share anywhere else, including my YouTube or the free community. This is where you get that, and this is that main reason you should be joining. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people will come for that curriculum, but then really, really stay because of the community and the feeling of being around like-minded people. We really get to work. We implement these ideas. We collaborate with each other. Guys are chatting with each other and having a fun time, even outside of the live coaching. And it really is becoming like a group of friends and family as we're getting actual results and improvement on the guitar. So let's get into the actual specifics. So like I said, we have live coaching 1 to 2 times per week. For the beta, I was running 2 separate programs. I was running a Jazz Blues Accelerator, which is now in the community, in the classroom, which I'll show you, and my main program, which is this Master Standards Blueprint program. All of the classes and live events are recorded, so if it's not in a time zone that's working for you, or if you can't make it for some reason, you still have access to that. I do switch off the times for the live coaching just so that it works for people both on the West Coast, East Coast, and Europe, since we have people worldwide. So the coaching times adjust so that no one is ever left out of attending live coaching, and that hasn't been a problem. All right, so we'll talk about the Master Standards Blueprint program. Let me just show you, actually. Let me just show you what this looks like within the community. So let me go up here to my community, and we'll go to Classroom. Inside Classroom, you have all the different courses. Let's take a look at the Jazz Blues Accelerator. So this is a 6-week program. The first week is in the free community, and all of the rest of the modules are here. So each module has lessons. You'll see the live lesson, timestamps, resources, etc. This 6-week program that now lives inside of this is really for players that are more interested in learning jazz blues, or are coming from a blues background and want to add some jazz elements into their blues playing. So this one really leads into my next program, Master Standards Blueprint, which is all about jazz standards. So like I said, we've done 2 months. Each month we look at a standard and break down some different concepts around it. For the first month, we did Take the A Train. We analyze the song. I'll show you guys how to do that. And we talk about the 2/7 chord. So the secondary dominant chord, I really break that down in a lot of depth. We have listening resources, timestamps, resources, etc., and then action items, right? So if you see here, we have 11 posts that reference this thing. And so this is posts from people in the community that are playing this melody and sharing it. You see we have feedback, we have comments, likes, all these things. These are all these guys that are getting feedback and sharing what they can do over this song. Second week, we discuss harmony. And in this case, we were looking at a 5-position study, one of these concepts that I go over, and we were breaking that down with people. That was more of a workshop. So you see that the live video is a little bit shorter. We workshopped it with guys, and I just clipped the part where I was actually teaching. But that was cool because we could have that live interaction, and I could help everyone out individually. The third week, we focus on fundamentals. In this week, we were working on some arpeggio line practice. And again, we have posts referencing that from guys that had been shedding that, seeing some of the possibilities. And then the fourth week here, we were talking about jazz patterns and solo study. And again, we have stuff referencing that. This month, we are working on Perdido, and we're talking all about tritone sub on the A section, on the B section, on 2-5-1s, and then this one that is our last lesson, finishing that line, study on working through 2-5-1s and really controlling your resolutions. So every month we do a new standard. Each week has a certain focus where it's alternating between harmony, fundamentals, and improvisation or solo concepts, either with solo studies that I create or by analyzing and working through, solos of the greats. So that's the Master Standards Blueprint. I have the full program for this, what's planned for next year in the free community, if you guys want to check that out. I think most of you guys have. All right, let's go back to our plan. This is the only place you can get private lessons with me. And one thing that's really great here is we have a leaderboard in the community. And what you can see is people are in, in a leaderboard order. At the end of every 30 days, I award a free 30-minute private lesson. They've actually, most of the time, ended up going like an hour, to the top 3 guys. So at the end of the month, just by participating and getting points and adding value to the community, you get a free private lesson with me for the top 3 spots. So that's an extra little bonus. You can also buy extra private lessons. Some of the guys choose to have a weekly lesson with me, and those are very limited spots. And you can grab those as needed. This is where I get all of my best tools, frameworks, concepts for learning. All of my new ideas that I'm coming up with, new exercises, like that finish that line exercise, which we just did, that was such a hit. And that was something that I had just learned. I haven't taught this on YouTube yet. I might not for a while. Let me just show you some of the response to that lesson. So this is in regards to that last lesson, finish that line concept. It was the last lesson of the year. And then look what people are saying. So Glenn's not going to put his guitar down. Richard's glad he could join. He not usually able to. Great way to head into the new year. Roberto's favorite class. The interaction on this was great, like Bobby's saying. Everyone was participating. We could really learn from each other and work with each other in a way that I don't really see done in other classes. This is not something you can get from just buying a course. This is a whole nother level, what I think of as music education 3.0, where we're combining the course knowledge, but with the social and community element that really is necessary. So it's really great. Like I said, you get this community. We have people from all ages, 29 to 75 and older, multiple countries around the world. If you guys do have questions and can't attend any of the lives, I also am hosting these office hours within our community, just for this community. And this is where you can just ask me questions in regards to anything. It doesn't have to be in regards to the standard of the month. We'll be holding social calls every month just to hang out because, like I said, everyone's becoming close friends. You get accountability. You get support 24/7. You can send me a message and I get right back to you guys, usually within hours. So what is the investment here? The 2 plans I have set up is $50 a month, or you can save 2 months and pay for the year, $500 a year. About half of the guys have decided to do the annual, and about half have decided to do the monthly. Depends on how your finances are structured. Now, for what you get in there, like I said, you get the community, you get the live coaching calls. As we go through this, I'm just adding more and more to it. More masterclasses. This Effortless Practice Masterclass is our January masterclass. And each month there's going to be new masterclasses added. Everything that we go through is staying up here. So you guys can just add to this. I think it's about 50 to 100 pages of new PDF material every month. We have our coaching calls listed in here. So this is our coaching calls for December that everyone can check out. 8+ calls we had in this last month alone. Let me show you some of the other coaching calls we had. We have master classes. So I had Dan Wilson in here and we talked about minor blues and we got into a lot of really advanced stuff, which I broke down in one of my other classes. He gave some specific minor blues examples with the PDFs that I transcribed. There's so much in here and it's really at a level that I'm not seeing other communities and courses provide. So I'm really excited about that. And it's really due to the great community and guys that are in here. All right. So like I said, $50 a month or $500 a year. This annual plan will go away after this month. So if you're interested in that, make sure you grab that. Otherwise, you can get set on the $50 a month. I'm only accepting 25 new members starting on January 2nd. This video is going to be viewed by a lot of people. It's going out to my YouTube channel with about 24,000 people. And the wait list, we have over 100 plus people waiting to join once I launch it. So if you're seeing this, make sure you grab one of those spots if you're interested, because they will go very fast. And I do stick to these caps. We'll open it up again in a few months, but I haven't set any sort of date for that. I don't know exactly when I'll do that. I want to make sure that this is a very high quality group of guys. Right now it is. So I don't want it just overloaded just for the sake of adding a bunch of people in here. I want to make sure these are people that are dedicated and going to be collaborating and supporting everyone else, so we can really grow a community slowly that, you know, supports one another and is really fun to be a part of. So like I said, 25 new members for that. If you miss the cap on that, I'll be in contact with you so we can see how to add you in at a later date. If you guys have any questions, you can email me, contact@jazzmemes.org, not .com. And just click below here. So if you click below here, you'll see a button where you can sign up, or you go to this URL, jazzmemes.org/CGC-offer. All right, guys, that's it. I look forward to working with you guys, and I will see you soon. Thanks.